Now that is one filthy animal. Woo, she is one dirty little biatch. Well, here you have it, people. This is what the Techno looks like after it's been, you know, out on a mission. You know, the Novarossi 28.8 modded was, you know, getting acquainted with Mr. and Mrs. 9886 and 41032. And you know, my take on this pipe, very aggressive. I like it. The power band is just like nasty. As this thing got, you know, warmed up and the hot, because you know it was kind of, it was a nice day today, as you guys seen, but it was still kind of chilly. It wasn't, you know, like hot. It was like maybe, I don't know, I'd say maybe in 70 degrees, 70s. So you know, still took a while. The Italian motors, if you guys don't know or do know, they like to run warm. The Rex is not like it doesn't like to run really hot. The Reds likes to run around 350. That's when it just kicks in another gear. This thing around 250 is good. She was, you know, running pretty cool. I believe there's shims in here. When Rick mods his the motors, usually they have shims. He always tells you after you get done, you know, running at least a gallon through it and everything, breaking it in pretty good, remove a shim. They'll lower the head down. That's going to give you a little bit more bottom end, a little bit more torque, although this motor is very torquey. But the pipe, I like it. I think we wrap ties it. Did I get a scratch on that bitch already? Man, that gravel I was running in, man, I was only running 3/4 throttle. I could barely, you know, scream it and then peg the throttle because it wanted to get all fishtail and get sideways because it was like a loose freaking gravel. Is what that material was. But I mean, is what the ground was. You know, a lot of little rocks and pebbles and shit. So it looks like, I don't know, I'll shine it up, but I can feel it looks like this thing got sandblasted. Oh well, you know, you can't keep them pretty forever, but you do need to maintain them. So I had a guy, can't remember his name, he knows who he is, wanted me to, I'm bad with names, that's just the way Muggy Maniac is. You could tell me your name and I'll ask you that all day long and still forget. I'm just bad with names. So we're going to go over some deep cleaning in the next 30-40 minutes. There might be part 2, because I don't want to run this maybe, you know, I've been running the hour videos. Let's do a thorough on this first part. Let's shoot for let's shoot for about 45 minutes at least. That'll be enough time for me just to really, because I'm very detail orientated and I don't really show a lot of my wrench. Even cleaning, I'm very tedious, meticulous. If you know what that is, that's just, I'm nitpicky about everything. Like this thing is dirty. I could do a surface, you know, surface clean, which be, you know, taking out the tank, the motor, also taking out the radio tray, which the Techno was very easy to take off. The whole side guard, and the tray, it's all one piece, so this just comes off. It's pretty cool, easy to clean. But yeah, this thing's gonna get torn down totally, completely. If I do the John Bodegel way, you know, I don't leave any of this in. I take everything out, including the center diff, and you know, before I put any water on it. I really don't like using the water. You just, when you do it, you can't let it set overnight. I don't care how much you silicone it. There's still going to be places that the moisture is going to get in and you're going to get corrosion and rust. So, you know, and do what you want though. If you do it like doing it the Bodegel way, which is, you know, it works for him. It works for some people. I just really don't like it that way. So, I mean, I'm going to go through this whole thing. I mean, it's pretty filthy. There's a lot of rocks and, I mean, you can see, look at that. There's rocks right, you know, and I'm gonna wrench like a gentleman big time on this one. Look, I got the gloves on. You know, the Muggy Maniac's got all the tools. We'll go over, you know, let's go over my cleaners. Now, I did clean the wheels. That's the first thing I do when I clean. I take off the wheels, okay? Well, here, let me show you what it looked like. And this was probably the cleanest wheel. Here. I mean, you can see the body. I'm going to clean that in a minute. But, see that? This is the cleanest wheel. And this thing is pretty dirty. So, I can feel these tires starting to get soft. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to pull them apart. Or wait till they blow off. Okay, so this is what it looks like before. Okay. This is what it looks like after. Now, before I tell you how I do the cleaning, what I use to clean, and so forth, the process of everything I clean, let's go over what I like to use. Always the infamous Simple Green. Now, 75%, 50%. Some people use 50-50. If it's nasty and dirty like this, I'm going to go 75-20. 75% Simple Green, 20% water. I might even go 100%. Now, there is a thing that I'm going to do, which is easier and less. It takes a little bit longer because the Bodegel way of watering, that's just quick. That's a quick, easy way to do it. But quick isn't always better. Adam Drake has one of those machines. That's something I'm looking to invest in too. I know we talked about that oil bath for the machine, but how about as far as, you know, I'm trying to get you guys on the three most important things. Your three basic, what we call food groups, basic food groups to nitro is tuning, getting your motor tuned, dialed in, okay, dialing your whip in, tuning. It might not be motor, might be a lot of things. Tuning, it doesn't mean just your motor. Tuning your whole whip, but mainly your motor. Maintaining, obviously, this is what we're gonna go right now. Cleaning it, upkeeping it. When you brap your shit and it looks like a filthy, disgusting animal, like it looks like it just got sandblasted. The front end usually doesn't get that bad because everything's thrown at the back. Probably what happened to the pipe, but anyway, and troubleshooting. So what I'm doing, because I know my clutch bells came loose, it's loose. I mean, look, I don't know if you guys can see down in there. Look, watch, I'll move it around. Here, let me get something. Let me get a screwdriver, and you can see that this thing. See that? See that gap? Look at that. Yeah, it's that's why it wouldn't idle right. It's way too loose. So, and I was messing with the, you know, and that, like I said, process of elimination. And I've had this problem before, so I should have known. And I'm messing with the low end, you know, the idle, you know, I'm retuning. I did retune it. You have to retune it, like I said, because the pipe is going to throw everything off. When you change pipes, you're going to have to retune it a little bit. But I couldn't get it where I wanted, and I was kind of like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, I know, I guarantee I know what it is. So when I checked the bell and the pinion, it was all coming loose. I'm like, dang. And if that thing is all loose, and if it's too loose, your shit's going to fucking stall all the time. It's going to cut out. It's going to go to set to an idle, and it just bloop. Because that you know, the rotation is messed up when that thing is just all loose and just whatever. So anyway, Simple Green, 75, 20, 25 water. Okay, I use this. Now this I don't recommend on aluminum or plastic. This shit will eat. This shit is like heavy duty. This is good for like your motor. This is good for like metals. It's good. It removes grease, grime, soap scum. It's a cleaner degreaser called Grease Lightning. It's pretty strong. I mean, this shit, when you spray it, man, the fumes like choke me out. It's not like Simple Green. Well, you know, it's got that Simple Green smell. Okay, another thing that I use this. I showed you guys before. Silicone blaster. It's got the Teflon on it. This is the bling bling shit. This shit makes your shit shiny. This is the shit that you just kind of foams up. You spray it on. You let it set and it just soaks all that Teflon, which is good for your plastic, soaks in there. I also use this. This is more like a dryer. Doesn't leave that really, really shiny wet film like the blaster. CRC, Walmart, $3. Blaster, Home Depot, $3.50, maybe $4, less than $5. Now this is what I clean my electronics, like my motor. I'm going to spray this around my carburetor, but mainly I use this on my radio tray and my electronics. Like when I'm cleaning, when I remove this whole piece right here, I don't want to damage at all. That's why I don't spray water. I mean, yeah, you can get the moisture out with WD. I'd rather not chance it. I know plenty of guys that have watered, spray hose their shit off, everything, and then did the, you know, the WD-40 to get the moisture out and still had problems with their electronics. Okay, so I don't do that. I am not putting water anywhere near my electronics. Hell no. You know, I got enough issues lately dealing with my servos and shit. So anyway, QD electronic cleaner. Quick drying, cleans and protects sensitive electronic equipment. Now this stuff does kind of leave like a, it's not good for your plastics. So as soon as you spray all the shit off with this, what I recommend on your radio tray, you know, after you get all the dirt and all the shit off with this, air it off, and immediately, I mean right after, hit it with silicone. Because this shit isn't really good on plastic. Certain shit isn't good on plastic, yet you can use it. And the next thing that I use is a perfect example. This shit, it is going to get all the dirt and grime and heavy duty shit and whatever off. But the downside is this shit will fuck your plastics up. So if you do use this, like I can spray this whole rear end with this and get everything off because it's, you know, almost like a degreaser. It's a carburetor cleaner. But it's not good on your plastic. It's not good on the rubber. So I'd really rather not do that. Now, if I do use this, I use this shit only on metal. I could use carburetor cleaner all over my motor, which I usually do. But as soon as I'm done with the carburetor cleaner, because I know your carburetor, you know, the little booty on your throttle, the plastic carburetor, especially the Novorossi, it has stuff that's rubber and plastic on it. The exhaust too. As soon as I'm done cleaning it with this carburetor cleaner, I hit it immediately with silicone. Silicone will keep your shit, keep this shit from fucking up your plastics. If you let that shit set too long, same with electronic cleaner, you're gonna weaken your plastics. Eventually they'll become brittle. This won't last as long. So anyway, those are some of the shit that I use. Alcohol I recommend. Rubbing alcohol, maybe dilute it with water. I just use it straight. Well, most of the time it's like 30% or whatever. This shit works on anything. Alcohol will take ink off shit. I used to work where we used to use that to when we were gluing panels on certain shit, and the glue adhesive would get on it. We would take that because it got greasy, and that shit would, the alcohol takes it right off. So alcohol is a good all-purpose cleaner. Like you can clean chrome, it's not gonna, and alcohol dries quick, it won't harm anything. I put alcohol inside of my tank after I empty my tank out. Okay, swish it around. Put air, my little air, these compressed air, which I use a lot because I don't have a compressor yet. I'm looking into one of those other air things like the one Roger 111 has. I need to hit him up on that. Just the air compressor, this is noisy. I have roommates, you know, I mean, this is noisy enough. But it's not too noisy. You know, and I use this to blow all the shit off. Like the first thing I do before, I mean, I do clean the tires first. I do clean the body first. And then I start taking everything out of the center. Okay, my motor is the most important thing. I don't want any of that nitro fuel. Like as we speak, it's starting to turn or process into water. Because that's what it attracts moisture. That's what nitro fuel does. So what I do, and that's why it's on my bump box, okay. What I do, I am going to take the, get all the fuel out of there, and I am going to throw my after run oil. Now the after run oil that I use is that little mix of shit that I was showing you guys. So let me set you guys up on my professional camera work. Not really. Now before you start cleaning your shit, I would recommend, because I don't want this shit all over the place in my room, I have it outside, and like I said, I blow off as much as I can, all the debris, because there's a lot of pebbles, and I can still see rocks and shit in this thing. I mean, this shit, where I was running, it's almost like running in a fucking gravel pit. That's why if you see my pipe, I'll know when I clean it up. I'm feeling it. It looks like it got pelted. But, you know, it's not going to stay bling bling forever, unfortunately. So, what I do, after I get all that excess shit out, blow everything off, paintbrushes are good. Invest in these. 99 cent store, man. You didn't spend a bunch of money. 99 cent store, man. Cheap paintbrush. That way you can brush all the shit off. Just the better surface clean that you do, which is what we're kind of going over, getting all the excess shit off, the faster and the easier and the more, how should I say, it's going to be easier for you when you start taking shit and cleaning it. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're getting it as much as you can on the outside. That way when you start taking shit off, I mean, when I take this center shit off, you're going to see all kinds of shit under there in the radio tray. Okay? So what I want to do is, like I said, most important thing is this $200, well, $300 because it's modded, Italian piece of jewelry here, and this $100 pipe section. So this motor, the pipe, you know, that's $400 worth of, that's important, man. Everything's important, but that's important. And I want my shit to, you know, that's why you gotta take care of your shit. So before you take, another thing, quick note, before you, and I think I mentioned this before you guys take off the air filter, your header, take your spark plug out, make sure you get all the debris, man, because when it's dirty and shit, and I've seen people, like, just take their shit apart, like, all you need is a little pebble or a little piece of sand to fall in your motor, and guess what? You're fucked. Excuse my language. So I make sure, and I already did, clean it, everything, and what I want to do, take my plug out, and I like to check my plug too, you know, see how it's running. You know, maybe I'm running a little, obviously I'm running still kind of rich now, just because it's, you know, the motor's still new, but where's a, we'll take a look at this, see what it looks like. Money. Cocoa brown on the outside, and a little coil inside, nice and fresh still. That's how your shit should run. Now when it's all black and gunky, you're obviously running too rich. Or if it's really, really white, it's like a real car spark plug, man. You guys know the deal. If you guys ever worked on cars. FYI, if you're the type of guy that can't change a flat tire on a car, you know, it is what it is. You're going to really struggle in this, man. And I recommend that you do as much homework. You got to do extra homework, extra study. If you're that guy that can't change a freaking flat tire on a car, and there's guys like that, I know guys like that, then you're going to really, really, really be, this is going to be a challenge for your nitro. You might want to just do E-work. You know, just don't get a Traxxas. If you're going to do E-work, get a real, I don't know if there's such thing as real, but get a quality E-work. Get a fucking Techno. Get a Losi. Get a Mugen. Get a quality E-work. Don't get no Traxxas bullshit. Okay? But hopefully, you know, that you can cheap it out and you know, will study more, do homework, really, 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 really put more time into this because you're going to need to, because you're just, you know, don't have that feel for it. Like some guys are just, you know, like me. I'm a gearhead, man. I love this shit. No biggie to me. So if you're not that guy, then, you know, you heard what I just said. So anyway, now that I got the motor out, and it's bottom dead center, because after I'm done running it, always I set my shit bottom dead center. Now, I'm going to break out my little, this is my, my goody-goody. I call it my, my muggy juice, little rack. This would be like the equivalent to like freaking your spices. Like I'm cooking up some shit here. So this is my nitro spice rack. This is where I got the 3-in-1. I got my greases, my oils, my Trifo, Teflon, Dan's Banana Lube, freaking Novarossi engine oil. You know, I got, you know, shock oil for, you know, 20 weight shock oil that I use for, you know, when you want to lube up your gaskets and anything that's rubber. You want to use really lightweight shock oil. So, what we need out of here, and I don't even see it in here. Oh, it's over there. We need, from the caddy here, the muggy sauce. Okay, 75% Marvel Mystery Oil. Okay. Novarossi Engine Oil, which that's what they use in the factory. You know, a couple drops of that, you know, maybe 4 or 5 eye drops. And some 3-in-1, you know, about maybe 10 drops of that. Little 3-in-1 drops. Bum bum. Shake that up, bam. And first of all, before we even put anything in, you want to get all the fuel, boo-boo fuel, out of your nitro motor. Okay, I don't want anything going in, so I pull my fuel lines off. And what I do when I pull my fuel lines off is I like to plug them, because sometimes if there's a little bit of excess fuel in there, that shit's gonna get all, you're gonna spill it, and you know, I mean, it's not a big deal, but to the Muggy Maniac, I mean, I hate that shit. I mean, especially, you know, you're gonna make a mess as it is, but you know, just take a little, usually like a 4mm, or actually a 2.5, I should say, millimeter. Now this one's hard because I zip tie my shit, because I don't want my shit leaking. No air leaks on this bitch. Come on, damn, that thing's on there good. Woo! Okay, we're struggling here to get that bad boy off, but we'll get it. I will get that shit off of there. Come on, you bitch. There we go. Woo! That was hard. That means Muggy Maniac had that shit on tight. No air leaks on freaking my fuel lines. Okay, so I plug it up. Okay, cover the top. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my bump box on. There might be fuel still in there. Usually there is after you get done running. So. Uh-oh. Dropping shit all over the place. Okay. So you should have got, that should get rid of all the excess fuel out of there. Now, once you do that, take your, whatever you want to use. You can just use regular Marvel Mystery Oil. I'll put like 3 or 4 drops in there. Then I put a couple in my carburetor. Take your carburetor, work it. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to kind of cycle it through a little bit. Okay, now we got fresh juice in there. Plug's looking perfect. Did you expect the plug wouldn't be burned, right? Come on. What do you think you guys are dealing with? You're dealing with the Muggy Maniac here, man. I'm OCD on this shit. I'm on it.
Go ahead, grab your wireless bill and compare. Use a lot of data? We've got you covered. Ask about our unlimited data plan. Spectrum Mobile, the best network, the best devices.
Okay, screw it back in. Tighten your shit up. And since I'm keeping the filter off, these again are the little caps that come in the low-C oil when you buy them brand new. I cover that up so I don't get any shit in there. And there. So that's good to go. I'm going to take the tank out. Okay. Let me get that real quick. Pull the tank out. And then pull the motor out. Pull the radio tray out. See, I usually don't show wrenching videos, man. I'm just real, you know, my shit's boring. So, but this is important, man. I do this shit most of the time when I run, you know, even if it's not real dirty, because you're going to see that there's just a lot of shit in here, man. Look at that tank. I mean, it's not real dirty, but it's just nasty. Man, I'm going to get this bitch shine. I'll spray it, I'll air it out, get all the dirt off it, spray it with Simple Green, and then I'll kind of clear it off with either the electronic cleaner or silicone. You know, as long as you get all the dirt off. first. Okay. Then, oh, on the body, on your bodies, do not touch it while it's dirty. If you want to, if you don't give a shit about your body, then whatever. I painted that thing. I put some time into it. What I do is I spray it with Simple Green, inside and out. Let it set for a minute. And then I go rinse it off, so I get all the dirt off. And then I take a sponge and I'll use Dawn. Like I use Dawn dishwashing liquid. It's the 4 times strength stuff. Like a 2 times strength. It's a concentrated. That shit works great. Or you can use regular Dawn. Doesn't matter. It's not much more. It's like $2 for a big thing of it. I use that on the tires. On the tires, when I clean the tires before when they're dirty like that, I'll spray them with Simple Green again, and like Simple Green is like the first process as far as any kind of cleaning agent that I put on my shit. First, I brush it off with the paint brushes, all the shit. Then after that, and air it out and get all the excess shit. The first thing I hit it with most of the time is the Simple Green. It depends what it is too. Like the tires and bodies are the first thing I clean. The next thing I take out and I clean the tank. Like I just showed you, I took it out. Now we are going to take out the motor. And that will be the next thing that I clean. Let's get rid of the bump box because I don't need it now. Okay. We are doing some serious cleaning, people. I mean, we're doing surgery, nitro. This is the Muggy Maniac freaking day spa over here. Nitro, you know, you guys want to get your vehicles pampered? Send them to me, man, for a small fee. I will hook you guys up like a tow truck. So we're about 27 minutes. Okay, we still got time. Anyway, so we're taking out the motor, right? Now, I have different tools, and I use Huddies, and I have, off-brand tools and dynamite and shit like that. I have a handful of MIPs. I'm getting the bits that go on the end of your cordless driver. Those are important. They also make ball ends. I have a few ball ends. But when I'm starting to take out like very important hardware, which is basically, the motor hardware, the hardware that runs under the chassis that holds a lot of this shit on, I don't fuck around and use, dynamite. Not that they're bad. I only use these because that lessens, I should say, the chance of me stripping anything out. If it strips out, it's not going to be because of this tool. Okay, these don't strip. I've seen it, rarely happens, but other tools do. They cause it to strip your shit out because they're cheap. MIPs, you usually don't have a problem with them. Like I said, there's rare occasions where people have, but, you call them. I forgot the guy's name, because they're about an hour from where I live. MIP, where they make the tools. I am pretty fortunate. A lot of the shit that a lot of your nitro shit is closer to me. Although, I don't care about all that. I wish I had Ray Track Day Hobbies. I would trade everything around here for Track Day Hobbies. I just wouldn't live in Long Island, New York, or I wouldn't live on the East Coast. I'm good. Not as a nitro guy, man. I wouldn't be able to survive, man. I don't know how you guys survive, man, with not running your nitro for like months. Hell to the no. I would just quit, sell all my shit. I can barely deal with only running my shit once a week. That's not cutting it, man. I'm probably gonna, it doesn't get dark till 7 o'clock here. Let's see. If I get off tomorrow, I get off at 3:34. I got 3 hours. Oh hell yeah. I just don't like to have vehicles that I run without taking care of the ones that I need to take care of, because they're not, that's when you start neglecting shit. I'm usually one at a time. Right now, the Muggy has the rear end still needs to be pulled off. That's about an hour job. I need to pull it apart, clean it. And the MBX is not fully cleaned. Again, I need to pull the rear end of that thing off and clean it. So I got two asses. I got two ass ends that need attention. It looks clean. It's thoroughly pretty clean. But I still, I need to get inside and check the pins and make sure there's not corrosion in there, man. It's been sitting for a minute. Before I let it sit any longer, front end's good. Center disk's good. Steering's good. This rear end hasn't been broken apart yet. And if it's gonna sit for a minute, I don't want it to fucking get rusted and shit. So I gotta take that off, take it apart, check everything, clean it. The rear end of the Mugen MBX7T race truggy, we're good all up here. This takes longer because of the pillow balls and because of the shocks and because of the upper lower arms and because of, you know, the front end's always more work. Always, no matter what vehicle. Center's quick. I'll pop that out, clean it up real quick. Clean the rear end, and that's good. I want to get these vehicles clean, this one clean, finished, and this one semi-clean before I even think about running another vehicle. I don't like to pile my shit up like that. That's how you get people that have shit that's tore up. Beat up vehicles or, you know, call it nitro abuse. Oh, a quick note too. The new drivetrains, the aluminum that I'm running in these things are butter, man. I noticed it even. You could just, your drivetrain is so important, man. It's just less weight. These are a millimeter thicker than the originals. I think I showed you guys the original dog bone drivetrains on the Techno. These are standard size. Low C, you know, same thing. I mean, look at the ones, and they're aluminum. 7075 anodized or hardened. It's aluminum. I mean, lighter, less to turn, less mass to turn. Plus they're thicker. I mean, this is steel, that is aluminum, but it's pretty thick aluminum, and that ain't bending. And then if you look, I got the front one on too. So I changed. So these are two things I changed from these. These bend easy too. You've seen Bodegel bend this shit. I've seen John, you know, I mean, obviously he's jumping off roofs, but man, I bent shit. Not even just the torque of this this motor stock has bent these things. Thicker. The ones on the muggy. Then these freaking tree stumps. Look, these are like freaking 2 millimeters bigger than these. I bent those things. So anyway, I like them. They're aluminum, very light. Well, like I said, less rotating mass. So I got one on the front and one on the rear. The only thing that I'm missing to make this thing like bash setup is this brace back here. I mean, I got this one. I think they make an aluminum one because this one's plastic. I'd like to make that, get that aluminum, and try to find this piece here aluminum. It's just nobody make. I haven't seen it. I probably have to get it custom made. So anyway, I mean, look at all this shit in here. Look at that. You can't see nothing yet. Wait till the maniac pulls that shit out. I'll show you guys why it's important. You know, and I blew this thing out, aired it out really good, and there's still shit in here. So let's take the. You know, I forgot. I didn't even Loctite the exhaust, the set screw in there. Knucklehead. I'm surprised it didn't come out. It's pretty snug, but still, man. Loctite. Anything that metal to metal, Loctite your shit. Quick note, especially for modified shit, you will rattle everything loose, man. I'm telling you. My tires, when I was running that video earlier today, when you guys see me running, my tires came loose, and I had them bitches snug. Like I had my lug nuts on the Technos on the GE racing rims, nice and oh, look at that shit! Holy smokes! What the hell? Oh, that's what happened. Check this out, people. Here you go. You've seen it here first. It was a perfect lesson. This is why my shit kept stalling, and the idle, I couldn't get the idle right. Look at that, I got a rock. Look at that. Here you go. And it ain't the Rocky Maivia, Dwayne Johnson. That's the rock. The actual rock that'll fuck your shit up. See what I'm saying? These are things you're discovering, man. That's why it's so important. Maintain your shit, man. Serious, man. I don't want to hear it from you guys telling me, well, this happened. You know why it happened? Because you didn't clean your shit. That's what you get. I won't. I'll try to go easy on you. I just can't stand that shit, man. I just don't like dirty shit. Some people are slobs. I can be messy. I can be lazy with the best of them. But, come on, man. And protect your investment. If you're going to spend $2,000 on a machine like this, brat machine, I call it, you know, whatever you want, you know, and one like this, and so on, you know, and even your tools, man. Clean your tools. Tires. You're going to spend thousands of dollars eventually on this shit. You have to be a freaking knuckle tip to not maintain it and take care of it. Where's your pride at, man? Goes back to what we were talking about that whole, you know, the end bleed pipe. You guys that are getting end bleeds and it's coming in an envelope, man, you guys are, you don't get it, I guess. You will. You will learn. You will get something happen to you. I'm telling you, and this is how it works. You know, I give you books and you guys just eat them and you don't even read the damn things. You know, the old saying, you lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. You know, I got one for you. I have no sense of me beating on a dead horse. Like, I'm not going to help you guys if you don't want to help yourself. I can't help you if you can't help yourself. Okay? So if you don't want to do the work, and you don't want to make the effort, and you just want to, you know, think this is, you know, some fucking, you know, ready-made shit, man, like I said, again, let me rephrase this again. Get the fuck out of Nitro. Get out. Save your time, money, and any frustration you might get and stress. Just get out. Go do e-work. But if you're going to be serious about this and you want to learn, and you want to, you know, your shit's not going to look bling-bling like the Muggy. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I've seen some clean vehicles. Clean as mine? I don't know. My shit's pretty clean, man. I'm just real anal, man. I'm OCD. Muggy Maniac is OCD about his shit. Okay? That's one thing I can toot my horn, and I know that I'm better than anybody that I've seen at cleaning. Nobody on the channel that I've seen can clean their shit and maintain their shit and upkeep it better than the Maniac. I challenge somebody. Shoot me a video. Shoot me a you know, something that shows me somebody, or tell me somebody's name and let me check them out. My shit is on point when it comes. I might not be the best tuner. I may not be the best, you know, guy that explains shit and you know, that's got this down and that down. But I'll tell you what, I am the best guy at cleaning, man. There's no doubt about that. I'm a very, very OCD cleanaholic. Serious, man. You guys have no idea. You will, though. You'll see. So look at this. Okay, you guys are seeing this. When I get done with this thing and this thing's ready to rock and roll, you guys are gonna be like, holy shit, is that the same techno? Look at this thing. This thing is like lamb-basted with shit. Look at my shock towers. Holy smoky. Especially because of all the... Look at that. Damn. This thing is... Yeah, it's getting a serious clean. So anyway, look, we took out all that. Look at all that shit. If you're okay with all that shit, yeah, wipe it off. Take a, you know, paintbrush. Take your lazy ass. Just take your paintbrush. That's good enough. You know what's funny? I'll see guys that have shit like this and they're selling it on eBay and asking top dollar. I fucking laugh my ass off. I will never, and if you guys, again, you'll learn, like I said, I don't have to keep telling you guys, you'll learn. And you say, hey, Muggy Maniac, man, I got this vehicle and I did everything you said, but you know what, I didn't check it. And when I got it mailed to me, man, this vehicle is beat the fuck up, excuse my language. This vehicle is tore up from the floor up, tore back. This shit is tore back, Muggy. What happened? What happened is you didn't fucking pay attention, that's what happened. The Muggy gave you the tips and the info and you pissed it away or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, I'll see guys that, like, I mean, like this. I've seen vehicles like this and they're asking $400 for it as a roller. You are smoking cock. Excuse my language. You are smoking huge cock if you think you're going to sell something like that. And if there's an idiot that buys it for $400, well, He's smoking the same cock as you. Hey, I'm not gonna, like I said, Muggy Maniac's keeping shit real, man, and that's real shit. You guys probably know. Look on eBay. I see shit that looks like this, and they're asking top dollar. If this thing looked like this, I wouldn't have gave the guy a fucking nickel. Period. Definitely wouldn't have gave him the $300 that I paid for it. Hell no. And this thing was pretty clean. Cleaner than normal. It was almost at the Muggy's level. But when I started getting in and taking it apart, and the corrosion that was on the hinge pins, and the fucking the drive, the outer diff drive cups were fucking corroded and rusted. A lot of the bolts and shit and hexes, the insides were fucking rusted. I mean, that was like, whoa. It looked clean. So be prepared. You can't help that. You can't see that. But you will be able to know by if the guy keeps it pretty clean. And, you know, I noticed that the shocks weren't all tore up, the towers weren't all... Certain things like that gave me an implication. Well, it might not be as clean as I would have it, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to take it apart anyway. But at least I know the guy didn't, like, really abuse it like most guys do. Like most people do it. Abuse it, beat it up, never maintain it for a whole year that they've had it. Never clean the fucking thing, and then they want to try to sell it to you. Like I said, you're on crack. So anyway, don't put up with that shit, people. So now that the motor has got the oil in it, we're all sealed up. Oh, see that? Did you see that? That's what happened. Okay, that's why my shit wasn't rocking and rolling or doing anything. You know why? I mean, it ran okay, but you know why I kept having issues? Look, see that bearing? Yeah, that used to be a bearing. That bearing that's what's left of the bearing. So, Muggy Maniac just blew out a bearing, and I've got a dozen of some really good clutch bearings on the way. Should be here Monday or Tuesday. Look at that. Done. I think the second, look and see if this other one's okay. Wow, the whole collar of the thing came apart. Hold on, let me set you guys up here. Let me see that. The whole fucking, look at that. The bearing, oh, I know, the inside of the bearing, yeah, the bottom, it's stuck in there still. Can you guys see that shit? Look. That's what's left of my bearing. I think the one underneath it's okay, though. So, like I said, once again, when that happens, and when you get more than that little bit of that little rocking, little, you know, tick-tick play that you should have when you set up your clutch and your clutch bell, if it's any more than that, your motor will not tune. Trust me. It will tune, but not the way it should. You'll stall. You can't get the idle right. You know, those are shit that I was running into, and I still managed to, you know, you guys seen it. I got it brapping, but I knew something wasn't right. And you know, and I've had this issue before. I mean, it's not the high end, it's not the low end, it's nothing. When your fucking bearing is shot out like that, I don't give a fuck what you tune it like. Excuse my French. Your shit ain't tuning, ain't settling down, ain't hitting the highest notes. I hit some decent notes today, you know. Well, that's probably before the fucking bearing blew out. I noticed that one part where you seen it, I don't know, one of the video where it was kind of hesitating. You could hear it like bogging, and I thought, man, I had it pretty rich. I'm telling you, man, if your shit, your clutch bearings go out, and this shit is like almost coming off, your shit ain't tuning for nothing. Trust me. You ain't tuning dick. Alright, so anyway, we're going to address that problem. Muggy Maniac's going to clean that shit up. I think that gives you guys an idea of, that's kind of starting where I start. We're going to do part 2. I'll do the rest of it as I go. This is part 1. Deep cleaning with the OCD Maniac. But yeah, so the next thing is I'm going to pull out the radio tray. I'm going to pull out the center diff, and I'm going to just hit that shit with, you know, with electronic cleaners. And then I'm going to hit it with silicone. So, are my brakes on? Ooh, feel something. Oh, that's why. Brake is fully locked. I was like, oh shit! I was like turning this right now and it was locked and I'm like, oh, Am I got binding? Oh, hell no. What the brake was... oh, heart attack there, man. Trust me, man. And my shit, when I'm very, very... This is how much I love nitro. When like runaways and that shit's happened to me, and when shit breaks, I'm kind of angry, but I'm fucking... Man, I that shit hurts my feelings, man. I'm attached to these things, man. I'm telling you, I am sick in the fucking head. I told you guys that. You guys don't even know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a sick in the head, nitro brat maniac that's just OCD, meticulous, anal about certain things. And man, if you talk shit about my shit, I probably will fight you. I'm just kidding. Hey, if you got anything to say, I don't care. Say it. If it don't apply, then I'll let it fly. Like I told you guys. So this is going to be the bath. You fill this up. You get hot. You get your Simple Green mixer. Take Simple Green, maybe a couple caps, water and everything, and I'll put it in a glass container or some kind of microwave safe. I'm going to throw it in the microwave. Get that Simple Green and water boiling hot. Then what I do, set it either in here. I have this tub too for the smaller parts. As I'm taking, even though I'm going to clean this thing, not the shocks, because I don't want to get shit inside. All the plastics, the shock towers, the arms, even the dog bones, and I'll put them in that hot water. And what that hot Simple Green will do is it'll lift all the dirt and shit out of it. So all you got to do is take it off, take it out of the water. You'll see all that shit that's on the bottom and spray it. Adam Drake does that, but he has a machine that does it, and the machine vibrates. I forgot what they're called. It's an electronic cleaning machine, I think it's called. It vibrates. You put Simple Green that vibrates, and it heats up the Simple Green and vibrates, and it takes all your shit dirt. That's Adam Drake. He has a video on it. You guys check it out. That's how he cleans the shit. Okay, we're over the 45-minute mark. So that's pretty much it. Let's go over that real quick. First thing you do after you get done running, make sure your piston's bottom dead center first off, okay? Don't let your motor cool down with your piston up in your fucking shit, okay? Don't let the piston be up in the mix. You know what I'm saying? You know? You read between the lines, okay? You want it to be happy to see you up inside the thing, okay? Then you blow everything off. Take the paintbrush. Get your paintbrush. Get all that excess shit off of everything, okay? Air it out really good, okay? Clean your tires. You know what to do. Simple Green first. Then you do the Dawn dishwashing liquid. I use little scrubbing brushes like these to clean my tires. These ones. Scrubbing action. Then you're going to clean your body. Then you're going to take out your tank. I mean, you guys, I don't need to go through all that. You guys can rewind the video and watch it over and over till you get it. But that's what I do, man. That's what I do, and that's why I take care of my shit. I take pride in my shit. I work hard. I spent money. This is my investment, man. I'm protecting my investment is what you're doing by upkeeping my shit. So that's pretty much it. Muggy Maniacs got to get the hell out of here. That was just a little, part one of the Muggy Maniacs OCD cleaning shit. We'll do a part 2 next. And, I'll show you where we're at. By the next time you see this thing, man, this thing's going to look like freaking a different vehicle. It's going to look brand new. Man, I got a lot of work. This thing's dirty, man. Dirty bitch. I gotta go clean the body. Alright, that's it. Shout out to all my brothers. Nitro, Nitro Brothers, Nitro Family, Muggy Maniacs, Chuggy Maniacs, Buggy Maniacs, Fifth Scale Maniacs. Probably the next vehicle it's going to run. Well, obviously, not probably, for sure, the next vehicle of any footage you see me is going to be this thing. I need to get this out. I want to see how the shimming that I did and the change of the gearing and a few things that I adjusted. I might even throw the 9986 and the 41032 on this badass little .21. See if that rock and rolls in there. I might just take that thing to another level, too. So anyway, shout out to all my brothers. Chuggy, Buggies, Monster Trucks, Fifth Scale, Insaniacs. My brother John Bodegel doing his thing. Fifth Scale in it right now. Don't worry, John. Me and Raja are holding down the fort. Shout out to Raja, on his racing shit coming up, and hope you spank that ass. Still want to see that Associated run, man. I want to see that front end is what? Okay, Raja, if you're watching. Elite RC, you know, my brother from another mother, my tech guru. The only difference between me and Elite RC, besides him running fifth scale, is he's black and I'm Mexican. Other than that, we're think alike, man. So anyway, shout out to all you guys, all you newbies, man. Just give me let me give a big general shout out to all the newbies out there, man. Doing your homework, asking the questions, paying attention, you know, getting your shit together. You know what I mean? So hang around, Muggy Maniacs. Got your back. Don't worry. Again, only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So ask, and I'll see what I can do. If I can't do it myself or help you myself, I'll find you the help. So, all right, that's Muggy Maniac. Oh, by the way, don't forget your shit. Check it. Make sure that piston's at the bottom. Don't be letting that shit set up in there, man. And make sure there's fucking afterrun oil in there. Don't be fucking your motor up, okay, people? Especially all you part-timers out there that have your shit as shelf queens. You know, at least protect it. Peace, I'm out.